Hi everyone. So it's summer solstice today, 21st of June. So I thought I'd share a retrospective tool. Good time of year for us to look back on our year so far and then the rest of the year ahead. This is a really nice little tool for using for personal reflection or also in the business as a team game or as an individual tool. So we're going to have a look at a couple of examples today so that you can get an idea of how to play. So I was first introduced to this tool actually by a colleague, Will, on a personal coaching level. So it was around, I was a bit of a workaholic at the time, and it was helping me to address and develop a better work-life balance. So it really worked well in that sense that I still use it as a reflection tool and use it in different aspects as well, so business as well as life. So the idea is you just really easily draw yourself kind of a star on the page, and this is our wheel. And then in each spoke of our wheel, we've got an area of life. So we've got home, family, social, work, security, myself, hobbies, health, home. So each area I've kind of labelled. Now you can put your own labels on these different areas that you want to focus on. This is quite a general one, just following life in general, really. And then here you can see what I've done is so the next thing we do is we kind of score out of 10. So we've got 0 down here and 10 at the top on each of these. And where do we score each one of these areas? So here we've got the wheel of life. So we've got 8 out of 10 for our home and family, 6 for work and security for me, 7 for health. Hobbies here is a 9, so that's up there. I've got a new pony, and we've got a horse box, so we've been doing lots of outings, but my social life here is suffering a little bit, so it's down here at 4. That's because I'm really focused on these areas of home and family, health, hobbies, balancing that work, and so actually consequently this has come down a little bit. So it's really interesting to look at that, because often we do end up focusing on one particular area of our life, and it's really nice to kind of remind ourselves that there is more to life than just one aspect. And while one area might not be going so well, another area could be going very, very well. And actually, we can often think that, getting a 10 out of 10 across the board is the aim of the game, but actually it's not, because that's, it's perfection, it's not realistic. What we really want to achieve is this nice kind of balance across the board, so that we're kind of those 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10 across the board are really, really good. It shows we've got a nice balance, because like here on mine, you can see my hobby is 9 out of 10, and as a consequence, other parts of my life are suffering. So social life as it has come down there. So what I like to do is, once I've scaled these and I've kind of thought about where they are on there, and that's given me a little bit of a visual, is then I'll start to add some notes to it. So I'll often on the inside here of the wheel, on the actual wheel, I'll put things that are what's made it 9 out of 10, what's made it 7, what's made it 8, what are the things going on that's got me those scores. And then on the outside, I'll think about, things that I could do to really increase and improve or sustain. So I might look at, how can I do more socializing? Well, we go to the beach more, the sun's shining at the moment, and I can be a bit more social at shows as well. So now I've kind of got into the gist of going to the shows, I can start to relax and start to get chatty and start to talk to people and have that social element as well. So yeah, it's a really nice positive way. And also we can kind of think about, how can I turn that 4 into a 5? How could I turn that 6 into a 7? Rather than trying to take that 4 to a 10, which is unrealistic and will unbalance something else on our wheel. Actually, what could we do just to add one? So we can take that agile approach, lots of small incremental little changes and improvements to help us keep our wheel balanced. Okay, so I hope you found that useful, and it's something that you can play. It's quite nice just an evening to sit down and play. Like I say, we are aiming for this kind of green zone, this comfort zone where 5, 6, 7s, maybe 8s out of 10s, where things are good, they're stable, they're comfortable. And then how I think about it is like when things get to like maybe a 9, that actually that's a little amber. It's a bit of a like warning signal. And equally, if they drop down perhaps below a 4, that's a bit of a warning signal for me that I need to just focus on that aspect of my life. Am I doing too much in that area? Am I doing not enough in that area? Is that okay? Or, is that just a phase and that's okay? Or does it need, more attention? Because ideally, I don't want to slip into those kind of 1s and 2s out of 10, or even 10s, but we can have big events that really throw us down. So really makes us feel like that area is a 1 out of 10. And that's okay too. That's what happens in life, and we can reassure ourselves that we've got other areas of our wheel that are okay. And also we can just look at how can we just add that +1. What could we do? What have we got? What is there in our life that we can be grateful for that actually helps to make that 1 or 2 or that 2 or 3, and really help to kind of put us in a more solution focused and thinking about how we can improve and do better, because with the benefit of hindsight, we can look back and we can look at ways that we can improve areas and maintain areas and right size them sometimes too if we're getting a bit carried away. So we can use this in business as well. So just a couple of examples here. This is where I've taken a bit of a mix. There's almost a bit of a mix of models here, just in terms of the areas. So I've got things like my new online hub that I'm developing. So you can see here, I've initially created my diagram. I've labeled each spoke of my wheel, and I've added on these numbers. So again, really good. So just as an example, this is very good in delivering existing clients at the moment, but you can see that marketing is a little bit low, new clients is starting to be a bit low, texts and channels. So these ones might be a little low, but as I'm focusing here on my existing clients and delivery, need to make sure that we're bringing through new clients through marketing, through channels, and actually technology in the hub is improving because it's developing this, which is helping with those new clients and different developments. So again, I would start to add to these and add little notes on each one. So what are the new clients that have represented that 5, and what other potential new clients, new markets am I looking at? Why is that hub scoring a 5? How can I make that a 6? How can I expand my reach and expand my channels? So YouTube is a good example of that, I guess. It's my new YouTube channel, so do subscribe if you're watching this. That's great to know that people are watching. So yeah, so this again is, this is I run a small business, so this is a really nice kind of, these are the key things that are on my mind at the moment. Where am I with those things? What can I do? What's going well? And what can I do better? So, what's making this a 4, and then how can I make it a 5? So it's a really positive kind of forward thinking reflection tool as well. So that's a retrospective wheel, the retro wheel. I hope you found it useful. Do play it. I think it is a powerful one, and quite an easy one if you just sat down in an evening, grab a bit of paper or back of an envelope and draw your little and make some notes. And it's a really nice thinking tool, really nice reflection tool. So I've been Belinda from Being Agile. I hope you've liked this. If you do, please do give me a like, give me a subscribe, and connect and get in touch. Always really happy to hear from people and talk more about being agile. Thanks very much. Best wishes. Happy summer solstice.